Inspirational way. As you can see, this is my career mode. I think this is the third video now. I've been keeping up to date with the channel. I appreciate it, and you'll know that I've just been put into the Miami Bucks. Not the greatest team, but hopefully I'll go to a better team in the future. So yeah. Let's play the first couple games of Freak's Journey to Stardom, as I say. Yeah, got up 3 pointers, are you, Freak? Guess not. Alright, let's stop messing about. First NBA game as a rookie. Here we go. Freak Stardom continues.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Go win it!
My first NBA game. Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, it's almost hard to believe. But I'm ready. And now it's time for me to show everybody I belong. And do my best to represent Harlem.
In addition, the winner will also be featured in Fashion Trend, the Base magazine, and an exclusive one-year talent deal with VH1. First up, India, can you please step forward? I'd love to go straight forward.
Well, we can finally say
Impact
the NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. You can feel the energy here in the BMO Harris Bradley Center.
Let's get back.
You know, and what a huge moment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to get to take the court in the NBA. I mean, his mind has to be racing like a million miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there are all different kinds of pressure situations. This is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. But even so, I don't think it takes away from how much he enjoys it.
And that one falls for Williams.
Hey, you guys, he was once considered a tweener, but now I think Derek Williams has kind of settled in to that 4 position. Seems to be the best position fit for him at this stage of his career.
Last year, Williams did find a nice niche playing the 4. Still, his minutes and numbers, Clark, remain low.
Well, it's unfair because he was drafted so high, top 5 when he came out, and I don't think he'll ever live up to that draft position. The highlight dunks are great, but he's got to find other ways to continue to grow.
Shot clock at 3, and Plumlee kicks to Bayless. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. Roden with it, the dish now to Calderon. Williams with the ball, now guarded by Plumlee. Here's O'Quinn, and he drops in the layup off the glass. O'Quinn's got his first basket of the night.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Antetokounmpo against Anthony. Antetokounmpo dishes to Henson. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here.
See, rookie years could be better cats. Can't be greedy.
Playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
And it's sent back by Plumlee. Now Bayless. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And the basket by Stokes. Oh, and what a feeling it's got to be as we get to see the very first NBA bucket from Stokes.
Yeah, and you know, he can relax a little bit now. That first one is in the books. It won't be the biggest bucket he makes in his life, but man, it may be the most memorable.
I think you may be right about that. No matter how many thousands of them he winds up with, he'll never forget that first one.
Good. And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Pass to Henson. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Here's Stokes. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
Roten kicks to Calderon. Fires the three. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
And the basket by Stokes.
And the lead goes right back.
I guess we could have freeze on this
we've
one.
got going on.
This game's
Last
right
series
there for the
I've
taking, but neither team
he
can
wasn't
quite
the
grab
greatest at
hold of
freezes,
it.
put that
Like
way.
a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I can be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistent production on the court?
Of course it will. You're looking at net
Neither
start.
team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp. Not much stagnation at all on offense.
And New York looking at who they've got. Fellow Anthony is checked in for Lance Thomas. And it's Calderon in for Roten. Here's Antetokounmpo. In the corner, it's Plumlee. Back to Antetokounmpo. He feeds it to Stokes. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game.
And I think everyone knew the Bucks would be much improved last season, but to see the jump into the middle of the playoff picture, I think that took everybody by surprise.
Well, with Freak, Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor, and Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they really had their number today.
Calderon kicks to Anthony. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut back down to 13 with the basket coming from Calderon.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Here is Bayless. He's guarded by Calderon. Now Bayless. Shoots from 14. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
I think I might have blocked him then.
Tipped away. Williams. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. On to Tacumbo. And so that's the end of the first half. Bucks lead by
Next name I'm going to call is Chris Mann. As you know, I wasn't impressed with your photo. I need that hunger to come out. Thank you. Victoria and Justine, please step forward. Victoria.
Sorry, coach.
Okay, fellas. Nice job.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we
nice.
12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Stokes in at the three. Vasquez out there with Mayo. Then it's Jabari Parker. And it's Plumlee in at the center. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks.
He could have forced a tough inside shot, but made a terrific kick out to find the open jumper instead.
And so the Bucks take the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but Clark, in the end, everyone satisfied.
Yeah, you know, it looked like for a moment there the outcome was in doubt, but give him a lot of credit for hanging tough, persevering, and
Good win.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Middleton. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight, but we're just getting started.
So we won that game.
We created a trademark look for each of you.
Ooh, Nets. That's going to be a hard one.
I'm coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest. I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece. Yeah, they're going to be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is going to be a special moment for me.
Program's finished,
all of them's going to be watching.
Program's
Pressure,
finished.
Right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
making their way by rail, subway, or city streets to Barclays Center here in Brooklyn, New York.
This is gonna be
The
hard.
week is starting off right. Monday night and 2K Sports presents. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a loss to the Grizzlies of Memphis.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time.
Henry Sims is checked in for Young. There's the pick. Pass to Kilpatrick. Here's Hollis Jefferson, covered by Stokes. And it's sent back by Plumlee. Now here's Freak. Defense is right there. The feed to Henson. Right side out of Kumbo. The jumper from the free throw line is good.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Sloan dishes to Sims. 1:49 left to play in the first quarter. Turnaround Jay. That's good.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Carter Williams kicks to Stokes. Passes it to Plumlee. To the middle. Stolen by Robinson. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul. 1:22 left in the first quarter. Here's Sloan. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Six to shoot. The fader.
Save.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Robinson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Sloan, how he performed last season. He put up about 7 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in his short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot when you're always getting moved.
Here's Stokes. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
How was that a bad shot?
Score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions. And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And for Robinson, the trade's way on him as well. Clarkie said last season that he just wants to prove that he belongs here.
Well, you know, he's yet to find the right fit for a team, but the skill set is clearly there. I mean, he's an NBA player. There's no doubt about that. Looked great for Philadelphia near the end of the year as he got minutes with them.
Kilpatrick passes to Sloan. There's the pick. He kicks to Sims. Second chance shot. And it's sent back by Plumlee. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession.
Looks good.
Here's Sloan. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The shot's good from Sims.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested. And we heard from John Henson before the game. He feels he still has a lot to prove. Well, it sounds like he still feels like he has something to prove, Greg, but seems to both teams making some changes here. For the Milwaukee Bucks, they won their last contest, that game against the Raptors.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going.
How's that not going?
Over and over again with big timely shots.
They've got Robinson. He's out there with Henry Sims. Donald Sloan out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Kilpatrick in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Robinson kicks to Bogdanovich. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Well, Clark, the Bucks were much improved on the road last season, going 18-23.
Yeah, they were very competitive. This young team fought hard and rarely found themselves out of games on the road, which is a good sign for the future.
There's the pick. Inside, deflects the pass. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Dishes to Stokes. Five on the clock. And
oh my God, Stokes, what are you doing? Come on.
Gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Sims kicks to Bogdanovich.
Just can't get any shots off this
Here's
one.
Robinson. The offensive rebound. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Right now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see the teams that really knew how to clog the passing lanes last season. The Bucks second.
Yeah, and because of that, Kevin, they were one of the best defenses last year as a team. I mean, they led the league in steals, and that's not an easy thing to do. I mean, that's hard work and concentration.
He's off on the second.
You know, the Nets really kind of drifted along for the first part of last season, treaded water, but after the All-Star break, they stepped on the gas, put themselves right back in the playoff picture.
And, there's a whistle.
Nice.
He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. Nets trail by 4. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
The pass to Sloan.
Sloan. He's Sloan.
Robinson a screen on Henson. From deep. Sloan shot is off.
Their free throw attempts have really fallen off here in the second quarter. Not as aggressive.
They're settling. They've got to keep getting the ball inside, create some balance offensively. And this should be the last possession of the quarter.
Exactly. I'm right with you there, Greg. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter. Make sure you get the last shot here.
The dish to Sims. Baseline J on the way, and that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And a pretty tightly...
Kevin, we have...
Guys, the program's ended. Oh, what are you doing? Saying what now?
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
What a game for Parker. He has 12 points, and he's getting it done on the glass, too.
You're right, Clark. He's done some real nice work on the inside.
Bucks leading by 4, setting the floor for the Bucks. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Chris Middleton is out there with Jared Bayless, and it's Monroe in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here is Bayless, defended by Jack. Middleton dishes to Monroe. Just 3 to shoot. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Monroe's got the opening bucket to start the second half for Milwaukee. One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up, he can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer, and at his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
Now let's send it to Doris on the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Raptors played some good basketball. He had 6 points and added a couple of rebounds with that. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
Good job as
Right.
in for Monroe.
Come on,
John
Stokes.
Henson comes in for Jabari Parker. Stokes is checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Carter Williams in for
Get
Jared
some
Bayless.
points in.
And Jack kicks to Robinson. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Takes it from 10. And he wheels that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season. Best rebounding average of his career, up to 75% on his free throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one three-point attempt last season. That tells you he's starting to mature.
Down low, here's Henson. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the
nice one.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 9 of 10 on their attempts in the third quarter. That is 90% from the field. What a roll they're on. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass to Jack. There's a screen by Robinson. And Jack good for 3. And the Nets lead by 4.
And you know, with some people, they'll always find something wrong with Monroe's game. He'll never make the all-defensive team. He kind of looks like he's playing at half speed, but he produces, and he does it within the team confines.
Carter Williams against Jack. Now here's Carter Williams. Defense right on him, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. It's a close game here in Brooklyn. And here is Jack. He's got 12. There's a good screen. Pulls it from the elbow. Offensive rebound. Sims. Here's Robinson. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Blocked.
Robinson's got the lead up to 4 now for Brooklyn. Middleton outside. There's 21 seconds left in the third. Here's Stokes. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg. The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Clark, one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Greg enjoys that too.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Jack for 3. No good. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should. And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here.
Oh, we won.
This win, such a tremendous emotional boost.
Oh, just.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Well, I only scored 2, but anyhow.
Kevin, thank you. So why don't we take a look now at our Jordan player of the game? He's racked up a double-double with points and rebounds tonight, and that made the difference. A terrific effort on both sides of the floor.
He went about his business tonight so efficiently on the offensive end. It was very savvy. It was a heads-up performance. It seemed like he had his hand on the...
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson.
Doris.
Yeah.
Why don't you put telly on?
I don't know.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're...
You're funny. You scared me.
I'll tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments.
Yeah, sorry, but like I said, it's only getting to know him and whatnot. Lakers, back in the day I would have said they're a dangerous team, but now they're nothing.
Big road trip coming up for the team, and it all starts tonight. If we can set the tone with the win here, it'll make a huge difference. The team's ready, and I know I'm ready. So I guess the next step is to just get out there and get it done.
Get it
I feel like this one's on me, though. So time to earn my stripes.
Greetings, everyone. You've got it live on Tuesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Crowd here in anticipation of their home team, Lakers, in an interconference battle here at the Staples Center. They're getting their first look at the season.
What? I got to thank Kobe. The best, one of the best players, period, and one of the best players in the Lakers ever, and I've got to defend him. God's sake, man! I would have said that.
First quarter, just over a minute and a half.
Alright with that if I was a star player.
Lakers were awful in a lot of aspects last season. Their play at home was a major one. Greg, they just couldn't do anything at home, and I think the fans were giving up hope as well.
And given how pricey those Laker tickets are, Kevin, there's a lot to be salty about in Laker land, so can't be a bottom dweller and charge that much for seats.
Setting the floor for the Bucks, the dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Jared Bayless is out there with Freak, and it's Monroe in at the 5 down low.
How was that a bad shot?
LA's on 1 or 2 from
like I was going to drive past it.
You know, the Lakers were a bottom dweller last year. I mean, their home record was 12-29, guys. That was tied for the second worst mark in the NBA.
Stokes, the pass to Monroe. Fades and shoots. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Nice, nice,
and
nice.
off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
And you know, guys, a lot of the problems for the Lakers at home last season was with their shooting. And they had the lowest three-point percentage in the league at home. Not exactly friendly bounces for them.
Antetokounmpo gets to Stokes. Here's Russell. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. Kobe's got 3 assists in the game. Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Rockets in Houston.
And on an ordinary night, guys, I think they
What
come out on top. That's just how well they played.
How did you miss that, bro?
An opposing team at the very top
That's
of their
Stokes.
games.
I'd venture to guess, Greg, that if the
Freak.
game was played in their building instead of on the road,
Freak
they
of the
win.
week.
The Lakers making a switch here.
How
Williams
you
is
miss
checked
that?
in, and Milwaukee with a change here too. Carter Williams is checked in,
Oh.
and stolen by Hibbert.
What the hell,
And now in
man?
transition, here's Williams. Here we go. Lakers working the ball around now. And it's world peace missing. Bucks trail by 5. Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Jabari Parker is a rookie, drafted number 2 overall behind Andrew Wiggins. Clark, there was much debate about which of these players, which of these prospects would be better NBA players. What do you think?
Well, I think both showed they're very capable of being stars in the league. Parker got off to a great start, averaging 30 minutes a game until unfortunately he had ACL. And Wiggins, conversely, went on to have a big-time season, winning Rookie of the Year.
Henson with the screen. Carter Williams dishes to Henson. Back to Carter Williams. Here's the screen. Shot clock at 6. Feeds to Parker. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Well, he's back and playing in front of his hometown, and it's such a rush of adrenaline when that happens. So you're going to be dealing with friends and family, asking for tickets, but the chance to come back to play where it all started and put on a show for the people you grew up with, there's not much more that's better in terms of motivation.
Williams for 3. Got a hand on it. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And Los Angeles with some... Bucks trail by 6. On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. Stokes in at shooting guard. John Henson out there at Greg Monroe. Then it's Carter Williams. And it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. Carter Williams, the pass to Monroe. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles from the sideline. Let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Warriors just played phenomenally. He picked up 10 points, and he was on target the whole contest. Very few misses from him all night.
Oh my god, man. What is the matter with you, Stokes?
Good job as always, Doris. Thank you, guys.
I got my
What was your take on his performance?
Kevin, I really felt like he left it all out on the floor. I'll say this. It was a great, hard-charging effort.
Guys, when he's on, nobody's more fun to watch. And he was definitely on in that game.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
The pass to Clarkson. Monroe against Bass. The shot is off. Nice D from Stokes. Bucks trail by 6. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. To the inside. Stolen by Clarkson. Now the Lakers on the break. Here's Bryant. Right side Russell. They shoot again. He lays it in. Russell's got the lead up to 8 now for the Lakers. And former coach of the year Byron Scott now with the Lakers, and As you said, Greg, he's not an analytics guy.
Oh, Stones, can you hit anything?
The eye test for him is huge.
Yeah, he feels a lot. Terrific communicator and storyteller. Great experience as a player and as a champion. And I think that all is evident.
Don't want to hit anything,
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner.
And it's Monroe at the elbow. Dishes it to Stokes. No luck. And it's the Lakers the other way.
Oh, God, how did you miss that?
And that game is the second.
That was right there.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
That's the easiest shot ever.
He's always in control, even though he's going at breakneck speed. He still maintains his body control.
And the Bucks with some changes. Vasquez comes in for free. And we're through the first half of basketball here. And what?
Gentlemen, I'm here with Roy Hibbert.
If we win this, I'll be shocked. Because Stokes is just playing appallingly.
And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Stokes checked in for the Bucks. Carter Williams comes in for Jared Bayless. Lakers lead by 7. Kobe Bryant and Meta World Peace on the wings. Randall out there with Roy Hibbert, and it's Russell.
Doesn't matter how I've got to defend
That's the Laker
bloody Bryant, but yeah.
Hit by Randall. On the wing, Bryant. Covered by Stokes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They grabbed their own miss.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Here's on to Tacumbo, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the net.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
The Bucks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And still, I don't know that anyone can define what Giannis's position is. It's kind of still up in the air. I mean, he's played mostly on the wing a season ago, and thus far, maybe that could end up being the best fit.
The drive by Russell. The rebound by the Bucks. Monroe's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Move the ball. Stick it to Mike.
Here's Carter Williams. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Here's Stokes, and a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in.
States, that's it.
Stokes has got his second bucket of the night. Lakers leading by 4. Russell kicks to World Peace. Passes it to Clarkson. Outside World Peace. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Outside Russell. World Peace on the wing. And again, the Lakers no good. So for the Bucks, their last game a loss to Golden State.
That final score really caught a lot of people off guard. I think we would have to quantify that one as an upset.
Yeah, I thought they really tightened up at the end, guys. I mean, I think they were playing not to lose instead of playing to win. You got to go after wins. You can't try to hold on to them. You got to go get them.
And dishes to Russell. World Peace the pass to Clarkson. And he gets it to go. Clarkson's got 9.
I did. Train wreck. Good film. Yeah, it's a good film.
And the Lakers with some changes. Nancy's checked in for Randall. Ryan Kelly comes in for Meta World Peace. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Russell. John Henson's checked in for Milwaukee. Mayo comes in for Freak. And so it's the Bucks who come out on top.
Oh, we won again. Nice.
This win such a tremendous emotional
one more game and that's it.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And standing by for the post-game show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Greg Monroe. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another.
Greg Monroe was doing what he does best. He produced a massive game for them in locking down this win. The thing I like about him most is that a coach can use him in multiple ways.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin.
We've watched this before as well. There's a DVD down there. There's a DVD down there.
I care about is greed, money. We've certainly made some money so far, Freak, but it's time we make more money. I'm talking movies, TVs, endorsements, even your own brand Jordan sneakers.
I care about the game first, Dom. All that sounds great, but don't you think it's a little too early to be talking about all that?
Too early. LeBron was 12 years old in 6th grade when he was thinking Space Jam. It's never too early to take and make leaps.
I guess.
You guess? This isn't high school. This isn't college. This is the real world. And the real world is fueled by one thing.
Oh, money.
That's right. Money. Dollar bills, y'all. Why do you think...
Mr. Dom Pagnotti. The diamond and platinum himself. It's a love-hate relationship.
One thing about people who...
You heard what he said about the aquatic treasure experiment, right? Yeah. And you didn't want to do it? That's progress. I don't understand what it makes sense.
And attributes.
Oh, yeah. Turns out I'm not engaged anymore. So, all aboard.
Ooh. Thunder. Damn, that's gonna be a tough game.
We got Kevin Durant up next. And you know he'll come to play. I love his versatility, but that makes shutting him down next to impossible. Coach gave us a full breakdown of what to expect. We watched plenty of film. But sometimes you just gotta throw all that out the window and settle things on the court. And I'm ready. Bring it, KD.
Don't bring it. We're not ready. Last game and then that's me done for tonight. Now I probably won't be doing much until next week then because I'm all late tomorrow. I'm out Saturday on my late and I'm going to a party, and Sunday I'm seeing my little brother, so probably next week I'll be uploading the next video.
Business on the road. It's an interconference NBA matchup. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA. Stokes has checked in for Chris Middleton. Here's Antetokounmpo. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Freak is out there with Michael Carter-Williams. And it's Monroe in at the 5. And guys, Serge Ibaka's production was just a little off last season. We're not talking, big number changes. We're talking small dips in a number of categories.
Well, one category where he did really fall off, though, Kevin, was field goal percentage. A career 53% shooter, he dropped down to 47.
Here's Monroe. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Kevin Durant.
And Greg Monroe really has had a good young career, despite playing out of position for much of it. He has the size and skill set of an agile center, but was made to play power forward in Detroit once they drafted Andre Drummond, and that took some getting used to.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. And Nick Collison subbed in for Kevin Durant. Back to Collison. Now here's Payne. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Shot clock at 2, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. We're talking about Greg Monroe, and Greg, you gave us a nice little synopsis. He doesn't have, Clark, the long-range jumper. Teams are now asking out of that position in this day and age in the NBA.
Yeah, more teams want that stretch power forward. He's not super athletic. Where he does his greatest damage is in the painted area, and there's still value in that.
McGarry's checked in for Oklahoma City. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Plumlee's checked in. The Milwaukee Bucks ended last season 41 up and 41 down. A perfect 500 mark, and they were the epitome, Clark, of average at the end of the season. And as you can see, even during it.
Well, they're a young team, but at one point, 17-17. Also had an 11-11 record against the East and 6-6 against the West.
Payne with a screen for Collison. Robertson dishes to Payne. Antetokounmpo against Collison. Robertson, good, and the assist goes to Collison. Roberson's got 7.
And the Bucks were average last season. I mean, they were 17-17. Also, 7-7 at home, 10-10 on the road, 5-5 in the games leading up to that. So in every measurable way, they were 500.
And the basket by Stokes. A minute 20 left here in the opening quarter. Passes it to Robertson. Here's the 3. Offensive rebound. Adams' shot is good. Adams has got his first points of the game.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
That just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass. Just thinking back to that Milwaukee factoid again, I mean, the odds that we'll ever see something like that happen again are minuscule. I mean, that team was just destined to end up 41-41.
Let's pause for a moment to show you the teams that have been the best on the glass over the course of the month. Number 1, the Thunder.
I mean, they've taken their rebounding to another level, getting physical and playing with a ton of energy.
O.J. Mayo, he's checked in for the Bucks. 55 seconds left in the first. Robertson misses the layup.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Thunder trailing by 3. In the corner, Collison with it to the right side. Here's Robertson. He nails it, and we're tied up. Roberson's got 10.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
24 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Henson, and that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against the Nuggets.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
And so the first quarter comes to a...
Just come in through and show me so I know you're on about.
And Kevin Durant, former MVP, still feels like he has room to grow, and he did.
That's right.
Well, the will seems to be there, Greg, but Kevin Durant seems to be checked in for Oklahoma City. Roberson comes in for Russell Westbrook. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Freak comes in for O.J. Mayo. On the court for the Bucks, the dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Carter Williams is out there with Freak. And it's Monroe in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
That's the ball,
double machine Greg Monroe is becoming. Top 6 for power forwards last season. Top 5 for centers. And his game is only continuing to evolve.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Mavericks played a huge role for them. He ended with 7 points, and he also added a few assists as he set up his teammates as well. We could see his role in this offense expand if he puts together more games like this one, guys.
Oh, pass the ball, will you? Let me score some more points.
Special game from a player that we know is incredibly capable for this team.
Yeah, and he proved his value again in that last game. I mean, he's a cog in their machine, no doubt.
Yeah, and they're going to need a few other players to lend a bigger hand today. I mean, they can't expect him to carry the entire load 2 games in a row.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Stokes. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 6 assists in the game. Well, Greg, the thing about Monroe, we knew he was a prolific scorer and a rebounder when he was a 5-star recruit out of high school. So Clark, this is nothing new for him.
I think what you see, Kevin, is the added muscle coming into play and benefiting. He's just an average athlete, but being stronger makes him more effective.
Nick Collison's checked in for Serge Ibaka. The Bucks also changing it up. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Monroe. Henson comes in for Parker, and Jared Bayless subbed in for Carter Williams. Here's Roberson, and they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. McGarry's checked in. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Stokes.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Payne passes to McGarry.
Why I might not be able. That's why I might not be able to score much because you're all
outside Collison. Payne kicks to Durant. Just 5 to shoot. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had early. Here we can get a look at Oklahoma City, Kevin, and what kind of numbers they put up these last 10 games. 2nd in field goal percentage, 3rd in scoring, and they are ranked 3rd in team rebounding as well. I tell you what, everybody on this team goes after the ball on the backboards.
And a quick word in terms of their field goal percentage, which has just been spectacular inside and outside. They just keep finding ways to put the ball in the basket.
There's 47 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Collison with the screen for Durant. Off the pick. And he hits the jumper for 2.
I left my assessment. I was right there by him.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Freak with it. 10 points for him. Dishes it to Henson. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Clock is clearly on their side.
Exactly, and they can hold it for the last shot, and I think they will.
The Thunder have shot 80% for the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. First free throw is good. Both teams deciding to change it up. Payne hits them both.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that. Made them pay.
Bayless dishes to Stokes. And the Bucks miss again. Durant. The shot no good. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Oklahoma City.
Well, Kevin, obviously.
Still could win this.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first.
Well, it does when you get to
quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away. Since he's checked in for Cantor. The Thunder lead by 13.
And guys, it's easy to forget sometimes just how young Kevin Durant still is. I mean, last season, he became the second youngest player to get to 15,000 points.
Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Roberson is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Here's Henson. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Henson's got his second bucket of the night. For Durant getting to 15,000 points, the only player, Clark, to do it quicker was LeBron James.
Yeah, and it's even more impressive when you realize that Durant did spend 1 year in college, Kevin. You take a year off his age, and he and LeBron got to that point plateau in virtually the same amount of time.
Plumlee with the screen. And Bayless kicks to Henson. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist. Bayless has got 4 assists now tonight.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. A clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
For Bayless, it was his 6th team in 7 years last season. A good utility combo guard to have. He can score. He can make plays for others. He's really defined his role in this league.
Talking about Jared Bayless, some thought he would be a star when he first entered the NBA. And he certainly had his moments, Greg, but inconsistency and turnovers have kept the lid on his progress.
Yeah, well, where I like Bayless is in spot plays. You need a lift, you need a smart offensively. You go see Jared.
Double team on Westbrook. Adams, the pass to Roberson. Stokes with the rebound. Bucks trail by 12. Out to the right wing. Here is Bayless. He's covered by Westbrook. Bayless dishes to Stokes. Shot clock at 5. Comes up empty down low.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The Thunder have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. Well, you look back on the Thunder last season and the theme.
Oh, what? Stop me out.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This
10 points, 2 3-pointers, so...
Kevin, what was the...
Yeah, we do have to get that one. Apart from 10 points and 2 3-pointers, we done love it.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the Kevin Durant.
This was vintage Kevin Durant we saw tonight, fellas. Just tearing it up. He's got the most diverse set of skills out there from an offensive standpoint. There isn't anything he can't do. And defensively, he can do it as well. It's almost impossible to count all the ways.
Let's face it, it's getting so
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night. And we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.
I told you, Dom Pagnotti always delivers. Brand Jordan Freak prototypes. Open the box, check them out.
My Christmas and my birthday on the same day. Oh, Dom.
You love them?
I love them.
Hey, they're waiting for your approval for production.
Approved.
Approved?
Approved.
Done. I'll make the call.
Pagnotti we trust.
I told you you love them.
Man.
Hey, I'm going to have you playing in Oaks in 30 days or less.
Oh, man.
Get it, guys.
Five to the knee, baby.
But there we go. That was episode 3 of Freak. Done it. Got better throughout the games, I think. One game he didn't do the greatest, but hey ho. La 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 la, the Pelicans. There we go. So that was episode 3. Like I said, inspirational A. Just gonna have a quick shoot around a minute, test something out. I think we found where Freak's got 3-point range. One more shot. Just to make sure, you gotta make sure of these things. That spot. Alright. We know for the future now that spot, that's Freak's spot for 3-pointers. But anyway. I will see you later in the next video. I'm going to chill the hell out now.